Hey guys, welcome back to Crochetting. It's me, Ella. Today's Wednesday, and instead of doing Whip Wednesday, I'm going to do what I've been crocheting because I put out my turtle tutorial yesterday, if you want to check that out. It's a sea turtle and a land turtle, depending on which kind of feet you want. Anyways, it's also kind of gloomy outside. It's really cloudy, so the lighting's not the greatest. I use a natural lighting because my ring light broke. I have the worst luck with ring lights. It's probably because I get like cheap Walmart ones, but they always seem to like short out. Anyways, let's get into it. I didn't do a whole lot of like amigurumis this week. I did do a few, but I did a lot of crocheting on something here for the house, and I did work on my Halloween blanket a little tiny bit, but not really enough to share. I'm trying to not work on that too much because I want to work on it throughout October with my scrap balls that I'm gonna get from my swap partner that I do every year. I got her package over there. I gotta finish the last little bit of it, you know, and get it mailed out. I'm hoping probably next weekend because I still want to find a couple more things. I've just been waiting for the stores to put out Halloween stuff. Anyways, I've got some finished objects to share with you guys, and I got one whip that I was going to share with you, just the little pieces of, but in no particular order. Okay, last week I wanted to make this little ghost bear that I found on Instagram. I didn't make its trick-or-treat bucket. I think I forgot that it had one, so I guess it's not all the way done, because I do want to make its little trick-or-treat bucket. But it's a free Instagram pattern by Cozy Hobby Room, and here it is. I made it with Parfait Chunky, and probably an H hook, 5mm maybe, or possibly an I hook or 5.5. I usually use like an H hook for Parfait Chunky, but I think it's cute. I feel like I put his face a little high. I wish I had lowered it down a little bit and his arms down, but he's still cute. He's supposed to have a little pumpkin bag. I forgot to make that, so I'm gonna have to make that, but it's pretty cute. It's got a lot of sewing though. The legs, the arms, the ears, and the face is all sewed on, so if you don't like sewing, you probably wouldn't like this. But it's so cute. I had seen it and I had to try it out, so there he is. And then last Wednesday I made a Frankenstein pattern that is my own pattern. I just sat down and came up with it right then and there for last Friday, which was Frankenstein Day. The last Friday of August is always Frankenstein Day, just for future reference. But and I've been wanting to make some Halloween and also Christmas patterns to make tutorials for. I've been planning to do tutorials for years. If you've been following me, you know that, but I finally started. But so I made this little guy up, and I'm gonna make a tutorial for him, hopefully in the next week or two, because I want to get it out before October. But this may not be exactly what it looks like. I might tweak it a little bit, but this is gonna be the general idea. This is my little Frankenstein buddy. He's got a little booty, but you don't have to do the booty if you don't want to. He is no sew. You start at the bottom and work your way up, and you do go back and add the bolts and the ears, but they're crocheted onto his body, so it's no sew pattern. And yeah, I think it's pretty cute. I'm gonna work on him probably this weekend. I thought I want to try to increase his head a little bit and add some more black. I want his hair to be, you know, I want him to have more hair. It doesn't have that much hair, so it's gonna be kind of like this one, but it might be a little different when I do the tutorial. I'm thinking not this weekend, but next weekend, like the 13th, 14th, that weekend. I'm gonna try to record it. So up until then, I'm gonna tweak it around. I thought I'd also make it in like worsted weight so that everybody could see what it would look like in worsted weight. But there he is. He's pretty cute. This is all Parfait Chunky as well, and I also used an H hook, which is 5mm for him. Then the morning of Sunday, yeah, it was this past Sunday. What was the date? The 1st. It was September 1st. I got up and I made this turtle who didn't have eyes. Because I wanted to make sure that these land feet that I had in my head would work for my turtle pattern, and it does. I think it's cute flopping around like that, or if you tack them down, would be real cute too. So I made this that morning, and then later in the day I recorded the tutorial with this guy. I made him. So I recorded doing the land feet and then the flippers, and then I finished it with the flippers. So this is my turtle pattern, and it's out. And it's got both versions, the land feet and the flippers. If you want to check it out, it's on the YouTube channel. I do need to put eyes on this one. I did eyes on this one for the video, but they're pretty cute. This is also Perfect Chunky. I know I use that a lot. I love Perfect Chunky. But it like if you use blanket yarn or like big twist plush or anything like that, it's gonna be bigger. I'd also use a bigger hook. I use 5mm hook for these, right? Yeah, I think so. It was either 5mm or 5.5. I can't remember. I think it was 5mm. Before like the bigger like blanket yarn, burnout blanket, and big twist plush, I use a 7mm usually because it's a lot fluffier. Even though they both I think are 7s or 6s, Perfect Chunky is a lot smaller. But I love these little turtles. They're so cute. So I just need to finish up his face, and I want to make more land turtles because I think they do good, especially if I made them in like greens and browns like the turtles around here. And I think I might start tacking their feet down because that'd be cute, like sitting on the table with his little feet, and they got little tails. It is a no-sew pattern, the body parts. The only part you do sew is you leave his tail on the head. Big old moth just went by the window on the outside. To tack it to the shell, or else the head would be real floppy. But I love the shape of my turtle head. I worked on that for a while. That's why it took me so long to put the pattern out, is I was trying to get a good shape head. But I think they're so cute. I love them. But anyways, yeah, so that's the second pattern tutorial I put out recently. I do have a few other scattered out on my channel from years ago. Just one's like a dishcloth and one's a daffodil like applique thing, and just a couple other ones. But these are my first two amigurumi ones, the turtle and the love cat. And then I will be putting out the Frankenstein as a tutorial. I got another pattern that I don't want to talk about yet because I don't like jinxing myself. That will be a tutorial once I get the pattern done. I'm still working on tweaking it, you know. I feel like there's one more. I don't know. I have to look at my notes. But that's all the amigurumis I made this week, which that's only 4. It's not a lot for me. You know, normally I make a lot of amigurumis. But I did get caught up making couch arm covers. I feel like when I was a kid, every couch and chair came with arm covers, so that when they got dirty, you could just take them off and wash them. And I feel like they don't do that anymore. When we were couch shopping back in 2020, none of them had it, and our couch, you know, we bought it in 2020, and I have 2 kids, so it's kind of messy. You know, I could take, the only part of the couch I could take off and wash is the cushion that you sit on's cover, and one of them actually got messed up, so I had to sew a homemade one over it. It's like I had a blue fabric, and I just sewed a couch cushion that I could, or a cover that I could take off and wash, which I need to do. It needs to be washed. So I sat down, I grabbed some yarn that Devin bought me a few years ago for my birthday or anniversary or something like that. And it was Red Heart color block. I think it's called Party Time. And it's this one. It's really pretty. So it does a very good little bit and then a solid little bit, which I like. I like the color block yarn. And what I did to make this, I made 2 of them, is at first I started a, what is it called? A half double crochet, foundationless half double crochet. Is that what it's called? Not where I chain, but where I start making the half double crochets just off of themselves. And I did it, and I kept holding it up, you know, to my couch arm to see where I wanted it to lay. I don't know how many I did. I didn't even count them. I just did it to see how long I wanted it. And then I just crocheted it into a big rectangle until it draped over the couch arm the length that I wanted it on either side of the couch arm. And then once I did that, when it was draped over the couch arm like this, for this part, I chained, I do remember this, I chained 27 because I kept holding it up, and that was a good amount to go in between to where it would fit from the top to the bottom here. Not stretched out, because or stretched out so that it would have room to grow, you know. I don't know if it makes any sense, but anyway, so I chained 27, and then because I was, you know, at the bottom of my chain, I double crocheted all the way up, and in the top I double crocheted 5 in one spot, and then all the way back down, and chained and did it again. And then up here in the 5 that I put in the thing, I increased all of them, so it was 10, and then back down. And then when I went back up, I in my last increase, I double crocheted 1, increased for a total of 5 times. I just kept increasing that way So the next round was 2 increase, and I think the last round I did was 3 increase. No, I did up to 4 increase. I remember that. This is already dirty. Them darn kids. And then once I had the little oval-y shape, I just whip stitched it together on the inside. And then it just drapes over my arm of my couch like that. And then I did make a second one. So the whole big body of it is made with half double crochets. This end piece is made with double crochets. And I used a eye hook, 5.5mm. And I just made 2 couch arm covers just to cover up the nasty spots on my couch arms where I can't wash them. I ain't gonna lie, I used to have a shampooer and I would shampoo the couch and stuff, but that just, it's hard to do. I don't know if you've ever shampooed something like that. It takes forever and a lot of scrubbing, and then it takes forever and a day to dry. And that's not good when you have kids. So I gave up on that in like 2022. And so I wanted a way to cover up the nasty arms. And so I did that. And I think it looks good. If I can get a good picture of it this morning, I'll put it in there for you. But it's really gloomy today, like I said. So I don't know if I'll be able to get a well-lit picture. But I like them. I think they look really good on there. Our couch is gray, so I think those look good on there. And I still have a big scrap bowl of that left. And we have another couch. It's like a love seat. It has a middle console thing. I'd like to crochet one to cover up that. But it's weird shaped, so that would take a lot of piecing together, I think, making pieces. So I might try to do that. I don't know. Alright, the next thing I'm going to show you is my granny square bag from the collaboration I Heart Grannies that we were doing. I showed it in that video, but I didn't show it in one of these videos. So I did finish it, and I showed it, I think, last week finished. But I also lined it, so I wanted to show you it lined. But this was a free pattern by the Gathered website. It's like a knit and crochet magazine. If you sign up for their newsletter, you get it like in your email. But then that messed up for a lot of people, or maybe it was just a temporary thing. So a lot of people wasn't able to get it. But if you do want it, you can message me or Terry or Seta or anybody else who was participating in that, and we'll send it over to you. But I altered mine because it would have been this big if I had done the whole pattern, and I didn't want it that big because I was wanting to make it for my daughter, who was 2.5. So I made it much smaller. You're supposed to do 16 of these. It would have been 8 on each side, but I only did 8. And then I did add some granny square rolls just to give it a little bit of a height, and then I did completely different handles because I don't like those wooden purse handles. So I just did like really easy handles. And then I tried to line it. I'm not the best at lining crochet bags. It's kind of, you know, it's a skill. You have to learn it. I've only ever lined a few crochet bags, and I used my sewing machine, so it probably would have done better if I had done it by hand, but you know, I like to use my sewing machine and get things done. But it's lined good enough for a 2.5-year-old. So it's got a princess fabric in it. She's got the Disney princesses on it. So she could put her little things in here and carry them around. And it's washable because it's acrylic yarn and cotton fabric. So if she takes it, if we go to the park and she takes it and she puts pine cones and rocks in it, we can bring it home and wash it. So I'm not worried about it. I think it's so cute. I love the colors. I think I did a pretty good job picking out colors, even though they're all scrap colors. But I love pink anyway, so pink and purple together, it's so pretty. But okay, that's all my finished objects. And then like I said, I was working on my Halloween blanket a little bit, but not a lot. And then Repeat Crafter Me put out the next square for their Under the Sea blanket, and it was a sea turtle, which I thought was funny because at the time I was still working on my sea turtle pattern, tweaking it, you know, getting ready to record it. So I already had the square made from last month because I didn't like the submarine. So I already have my square ready. I need to weave in the ends. And then this morning, actually, while I was waiting for the sun to come up, I made the head. Doesn't look like a head, but I made the head, the tail, and the 2 sets of flippers. I think these are the front ones, and these are the back ones, or vice versa. I don't know. I have to look at the picture. So I do still need to make its little turtle shell, and then piece it all together on the square, and do the eye. And I used a G hook for these, a 4mm, because for most of most of them, most of the appliques, I used the H hook, a 5mm, like she said, and mine just keep coming out huge. So for the last couple ones, I've been going down to the G hook for the appliques, so they're not quite as big as the square. So I got my little sea turtle made, and I also started another square. I got the circle part, the inside bubble part, done for the next square. What is next month? October. So I just got to put the dark blue around it whenever I get around to do that. She's supposed to be putting out, I think, 3 bonus squares. So I'll pick one of those to replace the submarine. And if I like the other 2, I'll need an extra one, you know. So I can just find any random under the sea type applique that's not one of the ones she's made, and I can make it on there. Or I could use it as a date square, which I did that way back, gosh, in I think 2019. No, wait, let's see here. Was I pregnant? Let's see. I can't remember if it was pre-COVID or not. It was either 2019 or 2021. One of those 2 years. Maybe 2020. Who knows? One of those years. Me and Tara from Archer Podcast and Lee. Was it just us 3? I feel like a few other people. I know Heather did it. The Crochet Witch was doing it too, and then I think she stopped. We were doing a year-long collaboration where we watched movies and then made projects related to those movies. Lee made amigurumis. I made a square every month, and then I tried to make, like, a lot of my appliques I handmade. You know, of course I handmade them. What am I trying to say? Like, I didn't use patterns. I designed them, you know, off the top of my head. And then at the end of that, I surface crocheted the date on there. I need to get that out of the closet, and then I'll know when it was. I feel like it was 2021. I can't remember now. But it was a lot of fun. I thought about asking them if they wanted to do that again. But I might do that if I have, because where I skipped the submarine, and then if I do the 3 bonus ones, I'll have another square that needs to be made. I might put the year on there. I don't know. And then I'm thinking I'll put it all together, maybe line it, and then give it to someone. But I don't know. It depends on my kids. My kids will probably want it because they want everything I make. But I need to make some stuff for my new nephew who's almost here. He is due in 16 days, so he could come before that or after. It is the first baby, so it's probably not going to come before. But I'm excited, and he's going to be so cute and little, and I can't wait to hold him. I miss holding little babies. When we went to the dentist yesterday, there was a woman came in there with a brand new baby. It was a week old, because I overheard them talking. And it was just the littlest, tiniest little thing, and it had a big old bow on its head. And it reminded me of June when she was a newborn, and I was like, because they grow so fast. It's not fair. But yeah, so that's everything I worked on this week, crochet-wise. I did work a lot on sewing stuff. I feel like I don't have much to show for it. I sewed some notion pouches. I got a stack on the dryer that need to be closed. You know, the turning hole on the inside needs to be sewed shut. The reason they're over there is because I have to change out my thread colors. Like, there's red and yellow that I have to switch to. I still got a stack because I had so many notion pouches cut right here that need their zippers. I got a stack over here that have their zippers and top stitching, but they need to be sewed shut. And then I have the Halloween bags. Let's see if I can pick them all up. I got Halloween bags right here. There's some notion pouches, some smaller zipper bags. There's going to be 2 bigger totes, and then on the bottom here is drawstring bags. So I'm hoping, see, I wanted to do it this past weekend because Devin was off for 5 days in a row, but things happened and we were busy. So I'm hoping this weekend I can sit down. My first goal is to finish these notion pouches and get them up, and then I want to finish these Halloween bags and get them up. And then I got another stack, you know, I got more bags just waiting to go. Because the other day, I can't remember if I mentioned it or not, the other day I sat down and I cut like every bit of fabric I have. I had a bunch of scrap fabric saved up, and I was wanting to see what I could make with all of it, so I was cutting it to whatever size bag I could get it to be. And so I have a big pile here of bags ready to go. I already got the zippers and everything matched up. I got liners, all that kind of stuff. I do need to get some more batting, and I need to get some more cotton webbing. And for the drawstring bags, oh no, I did do that. I went to Hobby Lobby last week or the week before that, And all the strings that I use for drawstrings, a lot of them was on clearance. It wasn't the regular colors like the neutrals that I like to grab, which is like a off-white color and black and like a brown color and stuff like that. There were some different colors, but they were like $2, so I went ahead and grabbed them because I thought, you know, eventually I'll have bags that they will work with. It was these 3 colors. So normally they're $5.99 and they were on sale for $2.99. And it was this color. I don't know if these have colors. These are considered yarn at Hobby Lobby. It's is it jute cord? It's called craft cord. It's what people use to like macrame and stuff. So when the yarn is on sale, these are on sale. It's a number 4 worsted. I don't know if it has the color on here. Gold. I got 2 of those. This one is navy, so it's dark blue. I got 2 of those. And then this one's rose. I got 2 of those. Those are the only colors that were still there that were on clearance at mine. None of the ones I normally use were on clearance, but I went ahead and grabbed these ones anyways because I figured, you know, eventually I could find bags that these would go with. Prints that these would go with. So it's good to have them in my stash, you know. So every time I'm at Hobby Lobby, I usually do a lap around the whole store, specifically looking for these orange stickers on anything that I might use because those are the clearance stickers. And a lot of times their clearance is 75% off or better. So I'm always looking for them. And if I'm ever there and it's stuff that my sister might want, I'm like taking pictures and sending it to her. I'm like, do you want this? Do you want this? Do you want this? Because I love getting deals on things. And Hobby Lobby does it quite frequently. They reset their displays a lot. So they clearance out stuff all the time. Anyways, that's everything I've done this week. Everything that has a pattern, I'll link it below. My turtles is a C pattern. It's a tutorial. The Frankenstein's not out yet. The bag I can't link below because, you know, that newsletter doesn't work anymore. The arm covers I made up in my head, so I'll link him below. Him and the sea turtles will be linked below. But if you have any questions, let me know and I'll try to answer them. And I guess I'm going to hop off here and try to finish my sea turtle applique before the kids wake up. And then I'll see you guys in the video. Bye, guys.